Hey guys!
Hey guys, welcome to our question and answer. We just wanted to open up this time to give you some answers to the questions that you asked. If you're new around here to the Fry Life, this can help you get to know us a little better and answer some of your questions.
Here we go. Sweet and Savvy asked, what were your first impressions of each other? I like your turtleneck.
You smell really nice. We were like 3 and 4 years old when we first met. We grew up in the same church together, so those were pretty much our first impressions.
Once we got into high school, I remember when I was a freshman, he was actually speaking at a youth group event, and I was just like, he is awesome.
I thought she was cute.
Maddie asked, when did you guys get married? We got married January?
January 8th, 2011.
Natalie asked, how old are Mary and Peter? 26?
And 27.
Callie asked, any stupid human tricks you guys want to share with us?
Oh.
What's it called, the four-leaf clover tongue?
I don't know what it's called. I know it's genetic, and some people can do it, some people can't. I got
can
that
do it.
stupid human trick.
Nice. Shaytards 0401 asked, who edits and uploads the vlogs?
So I do the editing. Mary does the...
You do the uploading.
I ask her all the input for like title and all the tags and everything, but I do the editing and uploading.
MLB9885 asked, in 3 words, how would y'all describe each other? Peter is selfless, fun, and loving.
And Mary is courageous, joyful, and bombastic.
Really?
You are. You're like a bomb that goes off in the room. Full of joy and courage and faith. I'm so proud of her.
Bella asked, how many pillows do you sleep with?
1.
2. Kawani asked, are you going to have any kids? Our journey to this answer has been a long one.
We both grew up dreaming about being parents. I mean, I'm a guy, and I just love kids, and I dreamed about the day of one day having a family together, and so did Mary.
And like, ever since I was tiny, everything in my room was diapered. I put a diaper on my teddy bears and my baby dolls, of course, and just about anything that was in my room. I even had this hard plastic monkey that I put a diaper on because everything needed to be a baby.
When Mary and I started dating, one of the things that I think attracted us together was, number 1, we both love kids. We both worked in a ministry where we played with kids, and we knew that about each other. And we also knew that each other wanted to one day adopt.
Yeah.
That was on both of our hearts, that one day we were going to adopt, maybe from overseas, maybe domestically, but that was what we dreamed of.
But when we were engaged, we started talking about it more. And that's when we discovered how potentially dangerous it would be for me to have a child. And we decided that we wouldn't be having a child biologically.
And so as we thought about the future, we still dreamed of adoption. In our first year of marriage, we dreamed about maybe doing foster care. And so we signed up and started foster care classes. We did the whole course. We graduated from foster care classes, and we dreamed about maybe that would be the way we welcome kids into our family. And as the last few years have progressed and we've seen Mary's health change, God has been doing something in our hearts, and He has taken that desire that we had all throughout our lives, and He has replaced it with tremendous peace in the fact that we've decided that we, at this point, won't be having kids. We've made that decision based on Mary's health and our lifestyle, and we just don't see that as what God has for us right now.
Right. And where we're at with it is that if the Lord wants to change those plans, we are fully open to that. So for now, we are trusting Him to give us contentment with whatever the future holds. And right now, like Peter said, we are at peace with not having children. So we see this as the Lord opening other ways for us to share our love, maybe with children. Maybe in the future we can let people go on vacation and we'll babysit their kids for them or whatever. So we'll see what the Lord has.
So in short, the answer to are we having kids is no. But we kind of feel like you guys are our kids. YouTube has become our bigger family,
Yeah.
and it's really neat to be able to invest in these relationships and have a big, happy YouTube family.
Come in for a group hug.
And I'll also say, it's been a journey where it's been remarkably the Lord's work in our hearts.
Yeah.
But it still doesn't take away the pain of the reality that we aren't having kids and that we both love kids and don't see that as what the Lord has for our family. And so, as we're in that life stage where our friends are having kids and we're excited to support them, and there's still that pain that we feel of not having children.
Yeah. I also acknowledge that the process of understanding the fact that we aren't going to have children, it could come in waves, and down the road we might have a season of life where we just cry a lot about it. So far, like Peter said, it's just been this unexplainable peace. God's peace.
Yeah.
So.
And because of that, because our desire has been so changed, we just see that as this is right.
Yeah. Glamour Flower 8 asked, "Can Mary drive?" Yes, I can drive. I drove tonight, in fact.
She's actually a really good driver.
I just don't prefer to drive.
So if you watch our daily vlogs, you'll usually see me driving. And that's because we like to be together and I like driving.
And I don't. Let's be honest.
But she can drive.
Anne-Marie asked, "How can you not be angry at God that you have CF? How can you still believe when these were the cards you were dealt?" Growing up with cystic fibrosis has been a journey. It's been a journey of figuring out what it's like to live with CF and what it means to me and how it affects my relationship with God and with other people. And I've learned a lot about God's character through having CF. I get to experience His comfort in times that I feel very desperate.
It's a question that, as a pastor, I get asked as to why God allows suffering and how we can have faith in God when, in reality, we don't have all the answers.
Right.
And I think the short answer to that question is that that's pretty much what faith is. It's believing when we don't have all the answers. And we believe that God created Mary the way she is, and that CF is very much a part of His plan for our lives. And to explain that and to understand God's reasons for that, we don't know. But one thing we do know is that we believe that God is one day going to wipe away all suffering and all pain. And we find tremendous hope and strength and joy in that reality. And that's what gives us faith for each day.
And obviously it doesn't take the pain and the reality of this world away.
Yeah.
But the truth that I have learned from the Bible gives me joy in a hope that goes beyond what I experience on this world. And because of that, I can have joy. So even though I'm sitting here crying, I am the first to tell you there can be joy in the pain.
And we say this in the vlogs all the time, and we really believe that God is able to take just these most hard and hurtful things in our lives and use them for good.
And I think one of the really cool things that has come out of having CF and figuring out what it means to live with CF is the relationships that I've built because of it. And a big part of our YouTube family is built around either interest in CF because you have CF, or you have a family member or a friend, or you just want to be part of our family. And so it's been so cool to be able to share this journey with you guys and have you walk along this journey with us.
See, I told you you are our kids.
Cheryl asked, do you have any favorite songs, singers, or bands?
We don't really have any. Do you have any favorites?
Not really.
We like music, but we don't really have any favorites. But we will tell you what we're listening to in the car right now.
Our car has like a 6 CD changer. French children's music.
Oh yeah. There's a CD we recently started listening to.
It's by a guy who we went to college with.
Yeah, he went to college and he was a worship leader for our chapel services, and now he produces some pretty amazing music. So if you want to check him out, his name's John Guerra, and we're listening to his Little Song CD. That's the name of the album.
Is that the Rollin' Rollin'?
Yep, Rollin'.
Rollin'.
Rollin' away. That's our
JJ Heller, The Rock Won't Move.
The Rock Won't Move. It's called Vertical Church Band, and John Guerra is actually part of that band as well.
I mean,
we're like John Guerra fans.
Fangirls!
So, we're listening to those right now.
Yeah, I love that song. The Rock Won't Move and His Word is true. Is that the word?
The Rock Won't Move and His Word is strong. But
I love those lyrics.
But
I know them so well.
This is funny. So that was our jam last summer.
Yes.
It was like right before we went to Scotland.
And it was so meaningful.
The Rock Won't Move and His Word is strong. Like,
and we were like, we didn't know what was going on the next year. It was crazy.
Yeah, and we just like, we would blast that song and sing it in the car, and we still have it in our CD. And so we've listened to that song a lot.
Because now we're like a year past and we're still like, wow, it was true. Our God, our rock won't move and His word is true.
And so we were like making our 8-hour trip up here to Boston, Maryland, and we had probably listened to the CD about 3 times already, and Mary puts on The Rock Won't Move again, and I was like, Mary, I'm pretty sure The Rock won't move.
And then what other songs? Oh, we have a kind of like the background music to Gilmore Girls. But
What's the name
don't,
of the person? I don't know.
Something, but we don't really listen to that.
We just have it in there to fill up another CD in our disc changer.
Tessa asked, who are your favorite YouTubers?
I think number 1 would be Daily Bumps.
Daily Bumps, totally. And this is another question people have asked. Is Oliver James, my Oliver James, our Oliver James, is he named after the Daily Bumps Oliver James? And the answer is no. We didn't even know that they existed when we named Oliver. So it was a funny coincidence. But their name reveal video of Oliver James, I love watching it. And it's like awesome.
Yeah, so if you want to check out their channel, they're called Daily Bumps. It's a cool little family.
Yeah, they're awesome.
And we also like to watch Colin and Katie.
Yes, a ton. So.
Those would probably be our top.
Yeah. This is Water asked, what denomination are you guys? In the different places that we've lived, we've been a part of many different churches. An Evangelical Free Church, an Evangelical Covenant Church,
non-denominational church, and we've just had the privilege of visiting tons of other churches of different denominations. So when you boil it down, we are Protestant evangelical Christians who love Jesus and believe that he is the true source of life.
Winks Moshi asked, what is one thing you value about life? Laughter.
Sour gummy bears.
Cassandra asked, where do you get these cool Kinder Eggs?
We get them from the UK.
During our months in Scotland, I loved buying Kinder Eggs and opening them. And so, when Peter was there in April, he brought back 50 Kinder Egg yolks. Maddie asked, if you could go back to Scotland, what would you want to do? Buy more Kinder Eggs! Well, there you go. Answers to your questions.
And yes, so many good questions. We're gonna do a separate video with answers to your questions about Mary's cystic fibrosis.
And also, we'll do a video about service dog questions. So, thank you so much for watching. But before we leave, we have a question for you. So down in the comments, leave your answer. What is the word you think is the funniest? I think it's the word corn.
With that, we will see you next time.
What's yours? What? A weird word.
A weird word.
A funny sounding word.
Funny sounding
Flamingo.
word. Bubble.
Bubble. Corn bubble.
All right.
What's yours? Thanks for watching.
See you in the next Q&A.
Bye.